All right, please welcome NC State to the media room. Coach, starting with you, what do you think of your team's performance today?
I thought we played better. We were tougher. Defense in the first half was really good. We were more physical, but not as good as we need to be. But we were better than we were. So, give our guys credit. We were able to turn it around pretty quick against a really good Boise team, and so it was a good win. We needed it.
Let's open up to questions to Terrence and Darian. Please raise your hand.
Terrence, for you, first game with double-digit points in an NC State uniform. First of all, what was it like to have to sit out those two games and now getting back and kind of rounding into form here in Maui?
It was hard, but I knew what I had to do for myself to get better, and Coach understood that. So big credits to him. But like I said, it was hard watching my guys out there play and not being able to. But I know I had to sacrifice a couple games just to get where I wanted to be. So.
For both players, what was, obviously it's a quick turnaround. What was your conversation amongst you as players last night as you prepared for today?
Just be more aggressive. I think we got punked yesterday, just to be blunt about it. So we just want to come out and be the aggressor today.
Yeah, exactly. We had to get together between each other, and we just was like, hey, we want to have a good season, so we got to be more aggressive. We got to, the things that affected us this game, we can't let it affect us this game. So, everybody was just locked in and focused.
Anything else for the players?
Darian, I did want to ask you about Terrence's performance today. I mean, the fact that what he gives you guys defensively is pretty clear, but what he gave you offensively today, how much did that help you guys?
I think it helped us a lot. I think I've been telling him since the summer, Coach been telling him since the summer, is be confident in your shot and be confident in your work. And I think he showed that today. And even when he was sitting out, he was still a really good teammate. If you're around him, you can't do anything but laugh. But yeah, he's just been a great teammate, and yeah, he got to show what he can do today.
Anything else for the guys? All right, guys, we'll let you guys go get back with your team. Open it up to questions for Coach.
Will, you talked a lot about the offensive performance or the defensive performance yesterday and how it wasn't up to snuff for you guys. You ended up creating 11 turnovers in the first half, finished with 24 points off of turnovers today. How did you feel the defense stepped up today?
It was better. We fouled too much at the end, but Boise's always one of the 25 best teams in the country at drawing fouls. I mean, when Buchanan gets the ball, there's nothing you can do to stop from fouling him. Southern Cal had their best defender on him last night and yesterday, and he got they fouled him. So our goal was to kind of keep them, but I thought we were more active. I thought our guards were more active. We weren't getting blown by as much. We did more in the second half, but we told on ourselves. We've been able to do that in spurts, but having Terrence helps. He covers up some mistakes. He blocked that corner three. So he covers up some mistakes and helps us there. But we still got to be better than we were today. This was just a step in the right direction. This is nowhere near where we need to be.
Any other questions? Yeah, go ahead.
Just your thoughts, since I've asked everybody else about Terrence's performance today. I mean, just your thoughts on his overall performance, not just what he did on defense, but also giving you guys 11 points on the offensive end of the court today, too.
I mean, it's about time, and we had a spirited conversation last night, me and him, and I told him, I'm tired of waiting around. You can either do it or your ass needs to sit, and we'll just say your Achilles is hurt, and we'll just move on. But, everything's been cleared, it's time to play. And so, I knew he's capable. That's why we signed him. He's a good player, but he's got to play. And he did a good job today, and now we got to do it consistently because we got to turn around and do it again tomorrow. So we've got some work to do on that, and hopefully we can get him to flip it around and have a little bit of consistency to him.
Coach, in terms of one or two things that you'd like to see, we talked about this transition again between today and tomorrow to build on those building blocks. What are those couple of things that you're looking to do?
Well, I mean, I thought we held our own on the glass tonight, but we've they've been out-rebounded 6 times in 2 years. I mean, that's what they do. They have, coming into yesterday, they had a 78% defensive stop rate. They got a stop on 78% of their possessions with a defensive rebound. So, 80% of the time in the half court, they get a stop and a rebound. They're one of the best rebounding teams in the country. His teams have been that for a long time. So we've got to cut down. We can't give up 14 offensive rebounds. We gave up 3 team offensive rebounds to them, which is where we're fumbling the ball out of bounds and that sort of stuff. We got to be able to go get rim level rebounds, 2 hands at the rim. So we need to certainly do a better job there. And then offensively, we got to be a little cleaner with our execution on some things. We had some different lineups in there, but I was also proud of Alan Breed. He hadn't played a whole lot, but he's somebody I really trust. And when you're in a tight spot, you go with the guys you trust. And I have a lot of trust and a lot of belief in Alan. So I was proud of him stepping up, hit a 3, hit a couple free throws. So that was a positive.
All right. Anything else for Coach?
All right.
Thanks, Coach.
Thanks.
Appreciate it. All right, please welcome Boise State to the media room, starting with Coach. Coach, what do you feel about your team's performance today?
Well, I was proud of the way we battled, and the team we played, NC State, they got a lot of talent. They're a well-coached team. They showed up to play, and we showed up to play, and it was a good battle. A lot of punches, counter punches, counter punches, and they came out really aggressive. Excuse me, defensively, and then we responded and kind of got our thing going, and then then they counterpunched again, and then we started the half great and took the lead, and they just had that one little run in the middle of the second half that got just enough space, that we couldn't come back.
Any questions for RJ or Dylan?
RJ, you hit those back-to-back threes. You got the lead there. I mean, how good were you feeling at that point, and what was kind of the difference there? I think you guys had like a 5-minute stretch without a field goal, as Coach was talking about, when they kind of got some separation.
Yeah, I mean, it felt good, but, BJ, it's hoops, man. And this tournament is one on toughness, and during that stretch, kind of out-toughed us a little bit. But, I mean, we played hard, and we fought, and 5 minutes didn't make the whole 40-minute game, and we had a lot of chances tonight with free throws and just a lot of stuff, and we're going to look at it and get better.
What were they doing defensively? I mean, only 5 turnovers in the second half, but 15 for the game. That led to 24 points for them, and some of those were transition, just momentum plays. How what'd you see on some of the turnovers?
Not much, man. It's just easy, fixable stuff that we're going to get better and look at the film, and we're going to move on and get better tomorrow for sure, because we have a chance to bounce back and get a W in the column on our way home.
Dylan, you obviously had your shot working from the outside today, and obviously as a team was better than yesterday, but kind of a different game. You guys couldn't get in the paint as much as yesterday. What did you kind of see? I think only 14 points in the paint tonight, and you guys shot more threes than twos.
I mean, 100%. The three ball was falling, so we just kept going to it. But we seen that NC State were in the gaps heavy, and they were switching everything. So that was a read.
I know you played a lot of big-time basketball, Dylan. I mean, these 2 games you've had to play in the first 2 days here of this tournament for a team. I know you're 0-2 and not where you want to be, but what can you say just about the level of competition you've played and the battles and what you guys can still take from these 2 games?
I mean, yeah, we're 0-2, but when you really look at it, we just lost to a top 25 team and just went to a dogfight with them. And so I'm really proud of the guys and proud of what we got going on, so I just can't wait for the next one.
Anything else for the players?
The 11 missed free throws, you lose by 11. I mean, I know that's got to be tough too. I mentioned some of the turnovers, some of the free throws. I mean, does that make it sting a little more that it is, things that are easily correctable or usually don't happen?
Yeah, I mean, a loss always stings. It hurts, but at the end of the day, we got to bounce back and control we can control. And I believe in Coach, and I believe in our guys, and we're together as a group, and we have a great culture. And I really believe that we're going to bounce back tomorrow and show everyone what we're made of.
100%.
All right, we'll let the guys go back with their team. Any questions for Coach? Go ahead, guys.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Coach, I'm sure you know 0-2 is not where you want to be, but what will be your message today to hopefully get in the winners column tomorrow, and what positives will you take from the last 2 losses?
Well, this time of the year, everybody's trying to figure their team out. Everybody's trying to figure their identity out and establishing it. And, we're no different. And good competition, shows you some things you got to get better at, shows you, what you have to do to play at your best. And like BJ said, sometimes it's as simple as, when you're playing a really good team and it's going to be a tight game, we always tell our guys, free throws don't win all the games, but they win all the close ones. And you left 11 points there. So to beat a really good team like that, with great players, great coaches, all that stuff, you got to capitalize when you have those, because you don't get many free looks, against their defense. They were really locked in today. NC State, like I said, they responded right. Our guys responded. I mean, we had a quick turnaround. We played a little bit later, and I was really proud of the way we just kept competing, and we adjusted in the game. The guys, that's the thing that good teams and good players have to do. And They had to do it after we burned 3 timeouts in the first half because there was no, you get one challenge, and so you're trying to keep that in your pocket, that one timeout. But there was no stemming the tide when they had that little run a little bit. Your players have to solve it. And we gave them 16 points in the first half off turnovers, and we we adjusted and did a little bit better job of that in the second half. Our guys were a little tougher, but that's it. I want to. Our signature of our program is we're tough and we can deal with whatever's thrown at us, and it's not always the things you want, but it's the things you need. But there's, and we will respond and we'll keep getting better. And, it's November. That's why we came here, for good competition, to get better and to keep improving. And I like the way these guys keep doing that.
Coach, when you look at between kind of the paint points and also where they shot from the three, were there things they were doing offensively that were getting them looks, putting pressure that you want to kind of tweak in terms of rotations, things that you want to just kind of improve a little bit defensively on some of those?
Oh, no doubt. But they're a hard guard. They can, you got to, Darian, we played against him when he was a freshman. He's one of the most efficient players in the country. And the guys around him, they're really good players. They can make shots. So it's a little bit, when they're clicking, you're damned if you do, damned if you don't. So that's why they're good, because, you try to close off the lane for him. Those guys made the threes. When we were pressing a little bit, I think we were down 8 or 6, maybe, I don't know, and you're pressing, and they throw ahead to the corner. It's the shot you want them to take, but you need them to miss it. So, they're good enough to make it. And then they made all their free throws down the stretch. That's what good teams do. They close out games like that. And, I know that what I saw was a good team we played against, because, it was a battle. We did some great things in stretches. But and your depth has to keep developing, and we're doing that. And, we got some young guys. One time I looked out there and went, oh, we got a lot of young guys out there, and against their physicality and their, there was just too many turnovers, too many careless things that turned into points. 16 points off turnovers was about half their points in the first half. So, we would have been better off punting on third down, letting our defense go back, and then it's, it eliminates a lot of their offense. So,
Coach, only 4 shot attempts for Meadow. How do you kind of get him going a little more and be a little more aggressive in some of these games?
Well, you got to have a lot of weapons, and you got to have different guys do different things on different nights. That's the way this team's going to be. So if they choose to face guard Meadow, that can be fine. Now, he can get stuff going to the rim. He can get, that kind of stuff too. But, he's got to create some stuff off the field and our players will. But problem was, it wasn't about getting somebody a shot. It was about not turning it over. That was you can't decide like, oh, we need to get that guy a shot when you can't even, dribble the ball. So.
When NC State lost yesterday, you go into that game thinking whoever loses has to face a top 25 team in the second game.
Yeah.
Just the way it fell. I know the competition's great, but to have to play the 2 best teams in the field in the first 2 games, and you had a lead in the second half in both games. What do you just say? You're not going to see 2 back-to-back games like that the rest of the season in terms of the competition you'll probably see.
Well, we got a pretty darn good league, pretty darn good schedule. But it's just, we're pretty good at focusing on whatever's right in front of us, okay? And that's how we're getting better. And the response and the keep fighting to get better. And, I got guys that like to be coached, that want to be coached, that want to, and you can see the difference in them when it starts to happen. You see the difference in Peanut. You see the difference in Drew when he's really locked in and good, and when he's not, all these guys. And so getting them to see what their best looks like and then live there. And when we get everybody doing that, we got a chance to be a really good team.
Coach, I wanted to get your thoughts over here. I wanted to get your thoughts on the performance of Terrence Arsenault today, a guy that came off the bench, has a lot of length, but hasn't really played for NC State to this point. I mean, how difficult did that make for when you're scouting this team and when you're trying to go up against their defense for him to have the type of performance he did today?
Yeah, that's where their depth and their, I mean, we know who he is. He's a heck of a player. I mean, he's had a really good college career, comes from a great program into there. And so, yeah, the scouting report has to be as minimal as you can make it and get all the information. And it wasn't a scouting report. The kid, that kid's just a good player, and they got a lot of them. So, yeah, and good players go and make plays like that and make shots, and they got a lot of weapons, that team does.
All right, thanks, Coach. Appreciate it.
Thanks.